Building with Brittany Marie. Tonight we are at the Underground Arts in Philly, where I'm super excited tonight because we're gonna have singer-songwriter, Wildn Out cast member Justina Valentine is gonna perform tonight some songs from her new album, Feminem. Stay tuned.
That's how I'm feeling, you know what? They can hate me or love me, but I am who the fuck I am. So the good shit and the bad shit, believe it all. Now let me break it down and speak the facts. You have no idea what I did to get where I'm at. I've been there, having back. I don't mean to throw a pity party, but anybody can see I slayed a lot of my haters. I got plenty bites. When everyone was talking, they were scared I be so important. That it was overshadowed by me and the lack of
If you don't know this fire flame spitter next to me, singer-songwriter, Wildn Out castmate, Justina Valentine.
Hey girl, thank you for having me. I just have to say, I normally have the biggest hoops in the room, but tonight you have me beat.
I have you beat.
We
Yeah.
might have to switch for the show. I might need those big ones for stage.
The bigger the hoop. Now I just want to say, before the internet, before it's television, can you talk a little about your early life? Who is Justina?
The first word that comes to mind when someone asks me about myself is I'm an entertainer.
Okay.
I like to entertain. I like to make people laugh. I like to make people feel good. I like to make people happy. I like to get a reaction out of someone. I was involved in a lot of plays, you know, just in my town, in school. You know, I've been the type, like, I will try to make you laugh at any expense. Like, I'll pour a glass of milk on my head. Right. You know, so, you know, I'm funny, and then I'm also stupid funny. Like, you know, I'll roll around, you know, in some dog shit if it's gonna get the right laugh. I like to make people feel something, and I've always been that way. I've always been goofy. I've always been the class clown. And I think that aspect of myself is what made me comfortable enough to be who I am. Because I could be the first one to make fun of myself, or the first one to laugh about something about myself. And as a woman, for us, I think that's something that's very important for us to possess, because when you're a woman, as I'm sure you know, in any woman industry, it's a lot that people will judge you on.
Definitely.
I was always really good with my words. I've always been that way. I've always been loud, you know, and my family would say I didn't have an inside voice. And yeah, I just like to put on a show for people, you know?
You definitely have a distinct voice. Like, your voice is, as soon as people hear you, I'm sure they know now exactly who you are.
Yes.
When did you first know that you could freestyle? You talk about being good with your words. How did you first know you could freestyle?
Well, when I first started rapping, I would put my name into Lil' Kim's songs. And you know, I was just like, oh, like, you know, I'm like really good at rapping, and I just had a knack for remembering all the words. Right. Like, I had like all my favorite songs, I had them memorized, and my sister was just like, oh my gosh, like, you know the words to everything. And I was like, yeah. So I also would write poetry. You know, I would write poems, I would write stories. When I first learned to write, my mom was like, you were such a weirdo. You would write books. Like, I would copy books. Like, you would give me a book and I would just write it out, like copying the book. Wow. And so I always liked to write. So when I would start writing my own poetry and my own raps, and then, you know, I would just spit it for my friends or for my family, people were like, oh, like, you know, you're cute. Like, that's really good. And as far as freestyling goes, you know, for me, I would always like to talk about what was going on. Okay. You know, so instead of like, you know, you could have a written rap or rap from a song, but I always like to talk about what was going on in the moment. And I always had a lot of creative entities around me, and other musical people, and people who love music, one of which being my brother and my best friend, Randy Hayes. So Randy would get up on the guitar, and I would start freestyling. And one thing about a freestyle, what makes it so raw and so impressive, is you can't duplicate it. You'll never spit the same thing again. Right. You'll never spit about exactly what's happening in that moment again, because it'll never be that moment again. Right. So that's just something that when you do, the people that are there will always remember it. Like, I have people who will leave comments on, like, YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'll never forget that time we were at that house party and you spit that freestyle, or that time. Like, people really remember that because it's like a connection amongst the people that are there.
And helps you, like, remember that moment too.
Yeah, like, I go to a party and these people are like, yo, no one's messing with her. Like, no one can freestyle better than well, no way, let me see. So then it's like, you know, yeah, so it was a lot of that too. Like, you know, every interview I would do, or like radio interview, or like, you know, anything, people always wanted to see it. So it's just something that I've become very well known for. I mean, that's my off the head capabilities is what got me on Wildn Out.
Right. And speaking of that, how did you go from now the internet and being popular, things like that, to Wildn Out?
So shout out to my brother Tonio. I love you, bro. Tonio is a good friend of mine. He's a content creator. He's very big on Instagram, Facebook. I was shooting a music video in Cali. And I told Tonio, I said, come through. I want you to do a skit for the music video. So he was like, cool, I got you. Came through. And as per usual, I was freestyling. Okay. And Tonio was a sick-ass beatboxer. So Tonio was spinning a beatbox. And he was getting me on his Snapchat. And he was like, yo, I got this big opportunity. I'm going to audition for this show. You should, he's like, you're perfect for it. Right? I'm like, oh, what show? He's like, Wildn Out. I was like, oh, I know Wildn Out. I was like, dope. So he connected me with the producers of the show, and they saw a bunch of my real freestyle videos. One was like, I was with Be Real, and Be Real just gave me a bunch of words, and Be Real gave me like such an ill cosign. He's like, yo, this is like the dopest freestyle I've ever heard on the show. Another one was just me outside SOBs. I was performing in New York. It was just a bunch of freestyle videos, and when they saw that, they invited me to go for a tryout. And to get on Wildn Out is a really, it's a process. Like, I had to go through like 4 tryouts. I'm like, damn, they don't fuck around. I guess they really want to, you know, get the cream of the crop. So once I got on it, in the end of 2015, I found out, you know, I was going to Cali and shit to shoot my first season. You know, that really changed everything.
That must have felt amazing.
It was such a blessing, and it was just like, thank you, God. I was like, thank you, God. I knew you had a plan for me. Because, you know, everyone has a different come-up story. And some people's come-up stories are just really simple and really easy. You know, some people just, like, have a good plug into the industry. Or you hear stories about someone who makes, like, 1 song and then they blow. You know, that wasn't my story. I really had to grind it out. I didn't have any connections in the shit. You know, I started in the basement with my brother. You know, he's like a brother to me. Again, him and Randy are my 2 brothers and best friends. I started in his basement. He's from Passaic County, like me. I mean, we started in his basement. And, you know, now he has, like, the most renowned studio in Jersey. And everyone, you know, wants to get in there to record with him. But we really had to grind for everything, you know, every step of the way. So when I got the blessing to be on the show, that's really when things really went for me. You know, already prior to the show, I had some dope stuff I was doing, and I was working hard, and I was touring, and, you know, I was still had popular stuff online and whatever, but Wildn Out took it to a whole nother level.
Right.
So I'll always rep and be so proud of being on Wildn Out the show, and be thankful to Nick and all the producers who put me on the show. Shout out to Nick, what's up, boss? But
is it intimidating being on that show with proven battle rappers, and did you have to prove yourself to them too? Like, I could rap, I could spit too. People who really do that. I've
never not had to prove myself one step of the way in my career. I've never not had to prove myself. I've never walked in a room and people have been like, okay, she's gonna be dope. Because I don't fit like what you would think, you know, a rapper or someone who could freestyle or battle or come off the top. So I've always had to prove myself. But, you know, I do it every time. And so I go toe-to-toe with any of them.
Right. Now, how do you prepare for Wildn Out or a show like that when it's off the top? Do you have them just in the bag, your daily, like on the brain? Like, how do you prepare for a show like that?
Well, you can't really prepare for a battle because you never know what someone's gonna say to you. You know, now I know my boy DC Young Fly, he likes to talk about my voice. Now, I don't know what he's going to say about my voice, but I know 8 out of 10 times he might say something about my voice.
Right.
So, you know, you never know. It's one of those things where you just have to, you know, go with the moment. The best moments are shit that's unplanned. You know, sometimes my favorite part of the set will be my freestyle segment because it's that part that wasn't planned and is completely off the cuff.
You're killing the bull. The bull, that's your thing.
The bull is my thing, girl. I have scars to prove it. Those are scars from the bull. The bull has broken nails, taking skin off my knees.
I don't see how you're paying attention to the screen and staying on that.
It's crazy. I had posted something on my Facebook and someone was like, they know the words before. I was like, girl, you're dead wrong. Like, how would, number one, you don't know how long the person in front of you is going to stay on. How would you know the words? Because when I go, I'm doing about 20 words. So the person after me can't know what their words are. They don't know how long I'm going to stay on. So but anyone who knows anything about hip hop and rap can watch us on the Bull and be like, okay, clearly they're freestyle, you know? So the Bull is one of my favorite games because I get to freestyle. And I get to freestyle as long as I can stay on the Bull for. And I'm like, I'm gonna let this bull kill me before he throws me up. I want to get my freestyle on.
Right.
And also, it takes a level of athleticism to stay on the bull.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not easy. You know, some of the cast members hate that game. I'm like, oh, that's my favorite game. Move over, let me go.
You're gonna kill it.
I'll go twice.
Now, like a lot of challenges on the internet, like they suck us in and everybody kind of jumps on the bandwagon and wants to do it. Right. You knew where I was going with this. Now,
I go crazy for the dick. I'm never lazy for the dick, man. I'll even fake a baby for the dick. I keep it moist for the dick. Rolls Royce for the dick. Shit, I'll even change my voice for the dick. That's too much.
now, like I didn't even want to try. I want to post nothing because you definitely were in like the top 5 of people who did that challenge. Crazy, played it over and over. I kept listening to it, sending it to people. What was that?
So it was funny because when I saw the For the D challenge, we were in the city. I had like spoken on a panel that day. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do that. So we were driving. I was recording it. I got it done. I uploaded it, and people started going crazy for it. It was funny because I even saw people who did challenges who like copied like my equation, what I did on it. Like they changed their voice. They spoke in a different language. I was like. But yeah, the For the D challenge went absolutely crazy for me. And it's funny, I was in Boston a few weeks ago. We had a Wildn Out show. And now when people run up to me, 90% of the time they're running up to me because they know me from Wildn Out.
Right.
As of late, I'd say 10% of people are running up to me from the challenge.
Absolutely.
Right? But it's always people run up to me from Wildn Out or the challenge. Someone runs up on me in the club in Boston, they go, oh, you're the For the Dick girl. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I am the For the D girl, you know? But like, that's what they knew me from, and it was just funny, and it's just been shared so many times. I put it on YouTube late. I didn't even think to put it on YouTube. I just had it on my Instagram and whatever, but I put it on YouTube late, and it's still like caught a wave. Someone else posted mine and got over 1 million views. I'm like, damn, I should have posted it on YouTube.
The feedback is crazy.
The feedback was crazy. I mean, you know, I'm just been some dope shit, you know? When you spit that dope shit, it's just undeniable. Like, the only bad comments you could really leave on that is, oh my gosh, she's such a whore. And it's like, dog, it was a challenge.
Right.
And even if I am a whore, my rhymes are hot as fuck.
You had to go in.
What are you saying?
Exactly. Go in, Justina.
Thank you, baby.
Now, has the fame made you, are you still regular? Do you date in the industry?
No,
has it changed you? Keep it real, like.
No, honestly, one thing about me, I've always been a humble person, and I've always been the person, like, even from when I was, you know, a kid in school, I was always the person who stuck up for the nerds. I was never a nerd. I was always popular, but I would always be the one to stick up for people. You know, I never like to see other people made fun of, picked on. Anybody who knows me well knows that about me. So I'm still that person, you know. I've never told anyone no to take a picture. No matter where I was, barefaced, no makeup, looking like shit. And, you know, sometimes some people around me be like, damn, Jay, like, you don't have to stop, like, every time someone recognizes you. Because, like, even when I went Christmas shopping, like, it took, like, 4 hours to get through the mall because it was a lot of people there. And
is that humbling? Like, when you go where you used to live?
Dude, it's so humbling. And, like, I feel so blessed. And I'm so grateful. And thank you for the, like, love. Like, I worked so hard and so long for this that sometimes I just look at God and I'm like, God, thank you. Like, I can't even believe, like, I'm so humbled and so blessed and so thankful, which is why I could never tell somebody no. And some people around me might not understand that, but I'm like, how could I tell them no that I won't take a picture with them? Like, I can't. I'm a loose cannon. I'll go anywhere by myself. I don't do that anymore because, you know, so it's made me a little wary like that. Just more, I've always been aware of my surroundings, but now super aware, But as far as, you know, being humbled by it every time that happens, I don't ever take it for granted, you know, and every person that recognizes me and wants a picture, or, you know, I'm appreciative of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, new music. Talk about your album, Feminem.
Yes. So I just put out a brand new mixtape called Feminem. And basically, why? So they can finally let me in this year, so you can send me here next week and there. Done amazing things for me. So many people have heard it, so many people have shared it, so many people love it, and I'm so grateful for that, because Eminem is one of my biggest inspirations, and it hit me. I'll tell you how it happened. One day, I was on YouTube, and I don't really usually read my YouTube comments, but it just so happens someone left a comment, and it was on my Candyland record with Fetty Wap. And the person goes, "This joint is dope." They were like, "But damn, like, I want to hear your flow from," and they named something, and they were like, "Your flow is fucking dangerous." Because Candyland is more of like a pop record, right? They were like, "I want to hear that," and I was like, damn. So when I read that, I was like, okay, I need to put out just a straight rap mixtape for my people. Okay, everyone knows I rap, but let me put out like some straight rap shit. I woke up the next morning, and it's like the Holy Spirit came to me, and I was like, Feminem. I told my man, I only told like 3 people about the project, because I've learned when I put little clips of different shit up, people have been copying. Like, it's happened to me with some music videos, it's happened to me with a bunch of shit. So I was like, okay, I kept it to myself. This project was so airtight, nobody knew about it. But when the idea came to me, I was like, this could be like a fucking classic. This could be so epic. So I started recording it. Then I got the call from MTV to go shoot the challenge. I went, I shot the challenge. I came home. I finished the entire mixtape before I went to go shoot season 10 of Wildn Out. So I was sitting on it the whole season while shooting. I was like, but so, you know, I went, I shot Wildn Out, and I knew I couldn't promote it properly until we were done filming, because when I'm filming, I'm in the zone.
Okay.
As soon as we finished filming, we wrapped November 7th. I dropped it November 8th. Literally the next day. And it's just been like, my social media since I dropped it has just been like booming. Yeah, like booming. I just put out 2 visuals from it. I did a visual for The Real Justina and a visual for Just Don't Give a Fuck. I got 2 more visuals on the way. And I'm just grateful for all the new eyeballs that the project brought onto me. And it's really cool, because not only are they hearing that project and enjoying that, now they're, you know, new fans are finding about the last original album I put out, Scarlet Letter. And there's a new album coming, 2018. The album's gonna be fire, and I'm just really looking forward to all the new fans that have, you know, found out about me, to them hearing my new music, to them discovering music I already have out, and just for this year. I leave in 2 weeks to shoot season 11 of Wildn Out.
That's crazy. So how many years on the show already?
This is my 4th season.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, keep grinding.
Yeah, it's pretty epic. I believe I'm the first female to make it 4 seasons, so I'm really proud of that.
Wow,
I'm so proud to be on the show. I'm so proud to be a part of the franchise. I'm just excited for this new season and everything 2018 as a whole. 2017 was a huge breakout year for me, and I'm just excited for 2018. And I'm excited for the show, girl.
Definitely. Well, for the new people, the new fans and old fans, please let everybody know where they can find you, download your music, everything.
Thank you, babe, for sure. Everywhere on all the social medias, I'm either Justina Valentine or Justina Music. So Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and then get all my other albums on iTunes, Google Play, all that. Scarlet Letter, Red Velvet, Valentine, and look for that new single on Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Mwah. Shout out to Justina Valentine, building with Brittany Marie.